the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Tonight, a good one here in the AFC. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the LA Chargers.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. It's Sunday night prime time. He's off and running. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today,
it's intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up Cam Hart. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock. But that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd. Especially as a quarterback, it's your job to quiet that home crowd. But an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead.
So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
You hear me say all the time, Kate, that football is the ultimate team sport, but there are times as a quarterback that feel a little bit like golf and match play. And when your opponent gives you a shot, gives you an opportunity with the pick, as a quarterback leading your team, you want to maximize it and take advantage of it.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Back to Hampton. They make the stop. I'm going to say it about the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 4 yards, and that's going to be good for an LA first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to it. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got Quentin Johnson, complete. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
Well, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. He has it on the QB sneak. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That goes for a gain of just 1. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Throw is there for Rondé Gadsden. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Now an inside give to Hampton. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Man in motion here. Throwing on 2nd. He brings it in. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
It's a gain of 11.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. Hampton has the LA touchdown. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
Touchdown, Chargers.
And that opening series, you use this word a lot when we brought methodical. No massive highlights, just effective play calling, steady progress until they cross that goal line.
Yep, and to fans and fantasy football owners, might not have been a highlight, but to the coaches, the entire drive was the highlight. A great start. I mean, great start to the game where their offense stayed consistent, operated the plan just how it was drawn up, and found the end zone as a result.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Chargers 7, Colts nothing.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Gould on the return. He stopped on the run back of the 27. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. And we only saw this group for one snap to start the game, Brock, so hopefully we get a longer look at them this time.
You know, Kate, in a lot of ways, it may even be easier to shake that first one off. They're barely on the field.
Yeah.
So it's really a second chance to write the opening series you wanted.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage. So no gain on first down.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And they are all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They get 23 on that one. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him, getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Lamar off the play fake. Completed over the middle. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd down now, they need 7. Lamar throwing again. He keeps it and takes off. And Lamar doing what he does oh so often, Brock. Sliding in safe after picking up the first.
It's a gain of 10. And the Colts first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Across the 20, continuing to work. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
3-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense wins this rep. That stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps them on schedule and didn't go backwards.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. And up from the pistol to Cook. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a James Cook touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Darius Davis to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
A 3-yard pickup.
Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Sunday night primetime on the other side. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They're going to try and throw it here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that takes them to 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
That one's good to McConkey. This is going to be down to looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 37 on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
To the air now on 1st and 10. On the quick slants, it's Johnston. They stop him. He's marked down on the 18-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Chargers first down.
Did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run and add on to that catch.
1st and 10, he keeps it on the option. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's 2nd down. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Brings up second and
The difference
4.
right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Drops back. Needs an open man. And this one doesn't go far. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
3rd and 2.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That one's nabbed by Allen. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. And then it's caught in the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers take the lead just before halftime. McConkey with a touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, 1 play remaining in this half. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And we all saw him. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. And they still get some big yards out of this one. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. Groupie sends it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So we have a 1-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one here, Brock, as our second half gets underway. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take
Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. Throw left side, grabbed by Allen. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. They go play action on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Now looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Pass play coming here. That's caught for the first. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
To the sideline it goes. He's got it beyond the marker. It looks like he stayed in as well. A gain of 15 there. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
From the red zone on 1st. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers drive their lead to 11.
Chargers 21, Colts 10.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First down, here's Lamar. Here's a screen for Cook. Shoots away from one. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Colts.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. He's going to bring this down to their 35. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
First down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
And he's going to work this down to the 32. Stops by Deion Henley.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down now. They need 7. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Finds the in route complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
We've reached the end of the 3rd on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He's running with it. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
To the end zone, but incomplete. They've shot there on first down drop, but don't come away with any points just yet.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
He brings it in. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Jackson keeping it himself. And he will get into the end zone for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
All right, going to get a 2-point try here. Brock Jackson gets his offense lined up.
For the 2-point
Keeping it on the ground. And he's into the end zone, so the 2-point try pays off. They cut the deficit to just a field goal here in the fourth. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion. Here's Hampton, open the draw. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They send a man in motion. Passing now on 2nd and 10. Going with a screen to Hampton. And that's a key stop defensively, Brock. Gonna need more of those as they trail by a score.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
He'll throw it. Has it downfield near the boundary. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their 1st. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
16 at the 39-yard line.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. They're throwing it. They're on him again, and he goes down again. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Oh, put some air under this one, right side. This is caught inside the 15. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Now run with Hampton. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Guessing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers holding on to a field goal lead. They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Hampton. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Here he is to throw. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown! So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game.
Chargers 38, Colts 18.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining. Long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. It's it again to Smith and Jigba. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Now it's Lamar. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. Well, Brock, this one certainly had its bright moments. Going to be talking about those in the days to come. Another great game, and we had the good fortune once again of having a bird's eye view to it all.
It's a lot like what they say about golf. There's no such thing as a bad day on the course, and there's no such thing as a bad time calling an NFL game either. These 2 teams were able to give us some highlights and one exciting game to cover.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.